So I believe you can see my screen. Okay, let me know once if you are able to see it. And do you have any doubt the questions that I have given to you? No doubt, right? Okay, perfect. Okay, guys. So in last class we were doing a program that was reading a file, and we were checking the performance. BIS, yeah, we were using buffered input stream, BIS is equals to new buffered input stream, and then we were saying FIS, and using this buffered input stream we were sorry, already we have this buffered input stream. Okay, the input stream, so it's FIS here in this case, and we are reading this file sample.txt using buffered input stream, which is connected to our file input stream, you can see. And let me just see like how much time it's taking, then we will be reading this using file reader, and we'll see like how much time it's take with file reader. So here you can see we are getting 9537. I think we haven't used BIS. We are using yes, we are using BIS. Let me run it one more time. We'll take the average of those to run. 8821. So on an average we can say 9 second. All right, now I'm going to write one more program. Okay, so let me just do one thing. Let me call this one read file using byte stream. Okay, so this is for byte stream, and we'll have another method in this, which will be our new method, that is this method will read using character stream. Okay, and we don't really need this file right now, so I'm making it empty. Okay, now we need to use file reader in this case. So we have a class called file reader fw is equals to new file reader, and the file we are going to use here is this. Okay, and similarly we will be using buffered reader br is equals to new buffered reader, and here we will connect this file reader, let me call it fr, with the buffered reader. Okay, and then we will start reading. So someone was asking like if there any method where we can read entire line in one go. So yes, here we have, so br dot read line method we have here. Okay, and it will give us a string, let me say line, and we can run this until this line is not null. So we can say while line we just read from file is not equals to null, keep reading. Okay, and get the data into line variable, and before that just print that line. Okay, that's what we are doing here. And if there is an exception, just do one thing, print that exception using e dot print stack trace. And one more thing we need to do here is calculate the time, like how much time it's taking. Okay, so we will be using this one and this one. Okay guys, does it make sense what we are doing? We are writing a program basically in which we are going to use a different kind of stream. Earlier we were using byte stream, but in this case we are using character stream. We'll see the difference, like how much time they both are taking. Okay, so let me write the main method over here, main, and let me call read file using char stream, or we can say both byte stream. So it will call both the methods, char stream and byte stream. Time consumed using character stream. Using byte stream. Okay, let me just run it once. So in this way we will not see the time like we are getting with this. So let me just do one thing for this. I'm commenting this so that we can just get the time only. We are not going to print this data. Time consumed using character stream 44, 43. Nothing much difference. But when we say print it, then we are going to get the difference. Okay. So we can do one thing. We can have long as a return type, like at the end it will show us the time. It will give us the time back. So we will say return this. Okay, and this we will be using somewhere else here. So we'll call this method over here, and it will come back with the timestamp or the milliseconds that have been used. And similarly we will say use this and print the time it's taking, and here we'll say return this. Okay, what is the issue? Yeah, it has to be long. Now one more thing, there would be like if any exception there, then what we are going to return. So we can say if there is any exception, just say return 0. Okay, and similarly here return 0, and just remove this one. Okay, one more thing. What is the issue? This is extra bracket here. Let me just remove it. Okay, now keep printing the data in both the cases. So finally we will have two timestamp at the end. Where is the data for byte stream? Okay, that is somewhere in the text, but there are a limit like how many line we can see. So I need to use this in a different way. Here time, so this would be a byte time. Refactor. So these are the two time we will get, and we will print both these times later on, like when everything is done. Okay, so character stream is taking 584 millisecond and the byte stream is taking 8997 milliseconds. So you can see the difference, right? So basically when we have data in characters or textual form, we can or we should use character input stream. It might be file reader. If you are reading data from keyboard, you can use data input stream reader. So yes, in last class we have seen input stream, data input stream, which was helping us to read data from keyboard. Remember, guys?
Yes, Anuj.
Okay, fine. Now there is one more way in character stream classes, which is basically input stream reader, which helps us to read data from keyboard. Let me make a method public, and it will return a string. Let me call it get input from keyboard. Okay, and this will ask for a string to be entered or a line of text. So what we can do here is let me just make an object of input stream reader. Input stream reader ISR is equals to new input stream reader, and here we will be using system.in. Then we'll create one more object like buffered input stream. No, not in stream, buffered reader. Buffered reader br is equals to new buffered reader, and we'll connect this with the system keyboard, and using this we can say read line. There is a method called read line. So let me prompt first, enter your text, and then we will say br dot read line, or we can just say return br dot read line. So this method you can use. What is wrong? Unhandled exception. Yes, so we have to handle that. So when we call read line, there might be a chance of getting IO exceptions. So that's why this method in buffer reader class, you can see, is defined with Java with this throws clause. Okay, so if throws is there, then we are the caller of this method. It's our responsibility to handle it. If we are not going to handle, then we have to write throws IO exception here. Getting my point? So we are going to handle it. So we are saying just handle it. Do not throw. And if any exception, just return null. Okay. Now where is our main method? Let me just comment this out. If I say get input from keyboard, it will give us a line of text, and we can print that line, or whatever you want to do, you can do that. So let's say you have entered plus line. Okay, now let me just run it. Enter your text here. My name is Anuj. You have entered my name is Anuj. Okay, so this is how it works. Any doubt so far? No doubt. So this is all about file reader, buffer reader, and now let's discuss a bit about file writer. And I think file output stream we have covered, right? When we made this file sample.txt from where we are reading right now. Okay.
I have one doubt, Anand.
Yes, ask.
So, why we are passing the input stream reader object to buffer reader class every time?
Yes, yes. You mean line number 65, right?
Yeah, 65 in above methods also, right? In the above two methods, we are passing one class object to another
Here,
class.
right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, let me take you here in buffer reader class. So you can see the constructor here is it takes a reader object, right? And if I see like more constructor in available in this class, so you can see we have buffered reader and the another one is reader. So basically two constructor are there, which takes first one take two argument and second one take one argument. So reader we have to pass, that is confirmed, right?
Yes.
We cannot pass system.in directly because there is no way to do that. Java has not provided any way. Now if we go back and we look at file reader, so here we can see in file readers constructor we can pass a string, we can pass a file, we can pass a file descriptor, right? And if furthermore we go the example we are working on right now, buffer reader, sorry, input stream reader. So what it takes: input stream, input stream, input stream, input stream, char set decoder, char set string. So all these are the constructor available in this class. System.in, basically if we talk about system.in, so let me take you there in system class. Yes, and if I say dot in, so you can see it's a variable of type input stream. Getting my point?
Yes. Yes. Okay.
So that's why we are passing this, because we don't have a choice here like to do this like this, because these classes are provided by Java itself. That's why we don't have any choice and we have to use in this way only.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. There are some predefined constructor. So, according to our requirement, we are using those, right?
Yes, yes, yes. So
Okay.
if you want to make like if you want to make your own buffered reader, then you can have a constructor defined in that which will take system.in, and you can do that. And if you want me to, so let me just try to do that. So I'm making a class my reader. Okay. Extends, it extends buffered reader. Okay. And when it extends, what is saying, implicit superconstructor buffered reader is undefined. Like we have to define a constructor over here which takes a reader object. Again, this is the same thing like we don't have a choice, we have to pass a reader object. But what we can do is we can have default constructor in this. Yeah, we cannot have, because the thing is, like, if someone try to create an object using my reader, right? So before creating object of this class, this child class, it will go to parent, and
class.
parent constructor will be invoked, and the things that are required will be created first in the memory, so that the child class can inherit from there. Getting my point? So even using inheritance feature we cannot use. At the end we have to pass reader object. So like I was thinking, we will define a default constructor here, and in this we will say something like new buffered reader, and we'll have some our own logic. So that we are not able to do here, because in this case we have a limitation. If a default constructor were there, then might be we can do that, but right now we cannot do that. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, fine. So what I was trying to explain, like, before your question.
Mm, I'm not sure.
Okay, so now we will discuss more about um the file writer class I was going to explain. File writer. So let's do one thing. Read some data from keyboard, or after that we will write the data into a file using file writer. Okay, so for that what we need to do is, let's create a method over here. Write data into file. Into file. Okay, so to read data from keyboard, what we can do is we can use get input from keyboard. We can use that method. Okay, and next thing which is required here is create an object of file reader, sorry, writer. File writer fw is equals to new, sorry, new file writer. From where you want to access that file, or where do you want to create that file? Let me just say, on our desktop we will be using or creating a file. Name of that file will be some sample1.txt. Okay, and we can also use buffer reader, but you got the concept, so I'm not gonna use this for now. You know the purpose, like why we should use buffer reader or writer or buffered input stream, buffer output stream. File writer dot write, and you can see here we have a method called write string, in which we can pass a string, and the string we are getting from keyboard is this, and it will write the data into your file. Okay, now if I run this, it will ask me, no, it will not ask. We have to call this method in main method. So in main method I'm saying, okay, do this, and this method is not gonna return anything. So remove this line, and we can just write it like this. Okay guys, now I'm calling this method into main method, and what it will do, it will come here in the body and it will call the another method, which is basically responsible for taking input from user. Okay, now let me run. Enter your text here. This is sample text, and done. Where is the file sample txt? Can you see this file on my desktop here? Sample1.txt.
Yes.
Yes, and this is the data we wrote. Okay, so this is how we can use file reader, file writer classes. Okay, now we will be moving on another topic, which is basically writing an object into a file.
I
That is
have
called
uh,
yes, yes, please ask.
like do we need to create first before passing that path to that class, or
No,
we can
not
direct?
really. Like if you are working with file output stream, so the path we are passing here, path means this path should be a valid path. A file will be created. Let me take 1 1, right? So you can see there is no sample 1 1 at my desktop. Okay, and if I run this, so it will create a file over here with this data. Okay, and let me just go here. Yeah, here we get this file. You can see this is what we wrote. Okay, but if the path is not correct, let's say desktop 1, there is nothing as desktop 1, so it will say exception. And what will be that exception? IO exception, file not found exception. The system cannot find the path specified, like the path you are specifying is not a valid path. Make sense?
Yeah, yes, but we can create through the program, right? Directory
Yes,
and the
yes, yes,
directory
yes,
file.
by checking, like yes, you are right. um, so we have a concept called, let me use that, um, local variable we are going to create file name. Okay, so this is our file name, and we have one more class that can help us to find. Mamta, thanks for like reminding, and otherwise this is like I was just moving ahead, so might be we won't cover this. So now we are going to cover this. File is a class available in Java that we can use. File is equals to new file, and here I'm saying file name. Okay, so what we can do is using this file name dot, it's
Create.
file create directory, right?
Yeah.
I'm just, it's not in file, I think. uh, Class name is something different. Let me
Read.
just think.
Read.
Sorry, no,
Read.
no, no. 1 second. File dot is its directory. Yes, its directory is there. can execute get free space. Yeah, so like if we want to check if this is a valid directory or not, so what we can do is we can use each directory method, and it will tells us true or false. If the path we are providing is a directory, so for directory what we need to do is we can just say like this, a file won't be a directory, right? So I'm just passing this path, and it will check if the path is a valid directory or not. So I'm saying yes, it's a valid directory, or we can say valid path. It's yes, it is a valid directory. It is not a valid directory. Okay, and just for a moment, I'm just commenting this, and just comment this as well for a moment. So this is to just make sure like the path we are providing is a valid path or not. So yes, you can see the path we are providing is a valid directory because 1 second, how it is valid directory, desktop one is not there.
No, no, it's showing it's not valid directory.
Okay, then I haven't read it. Yeah, you're right. So if I say desktop, then it's a valid path in our system. Right now we are getting uh, it's a valid directory. Okay, now what if you want to create a directory? Let's say it's not a valid directory. Okay, so we will go here, and we can say file dot um, file
There
dot
is
mkdir.
directory
No, mkdir, make directory.
yeah.
Okay, sorry. um, I wrote that code in wrong place. Like if it is a valid directory, then why we are going to create it? Getting my point, guys? This time it has created a directory, and we can see it here inside HP. Yeah, here it is, desktop one. Can you see it? We
Yes.
were writing the code at wrong place. Like when it's a valid directory, then what is the use of like creating a directory again? Okay, so in this way, like we can check the directory is exist or not. If not, then we can make the directory, and then we can place the file inside this. How? Let me just show you. Okay, so if directory is not there, let me take this time 1 1. So 1 1 is not there. So what it will does, it will create. Okay, and we'll say if mkdir, that means if we were able to create, just do one thing, try this code. So this code will basically create a file. Where it will create, we have to tell. So we can say file name dot, or yes, we can say file dot get absolute path. Returns the absolute path from abstract path name. Path, we need to use this one, convert the abstract path name into path name. Get path plus some abc.txt we are creating. Okay, and we are reading the data from this file. So we are saying I have to make sure like the path we are getting is correct or not. Debug a Java application. allow access. I'm writing this. Okay, now it's saying this is not a valid directory. Okay, no issue. Now we are here at line where it is. Line number 91. Yeah, print mkdir. So that will be printed. But let me check what was the data in this. Yeah, it was C users HP desktop. Yes, and one thing is missing, I believe, that we haven't done, and I think we got that exception. No, we haven't got any exception. So let's see what is happening here. Desktop 11 is there, and ABC file is not there. You can see, but it should complain. Don't know why it is not complaining. So it should be basically like this. Slash should be there, right? Let me run it one more time. Yes, it's a valid. Now in this case, it is saying directory was already there, so it is in this block. It will not do anything. So let me just delete this folder once. Okay, and if I run this again, we'll go into yes, it's not a valid directory. Then we are getting true for mkdir, and we are creating a file in this path and writing something in this. Let me just check if we are able to get that file or not. So this time you can say abc.txt is there. Getting my point, guys?